started by a group of students from the Service Learning Club in RP in 2010. And then it went very well, so there were many runs. So we are now at the sixth time that we are doing it. So, and then this year in May, we had it as a joint polytechnic session, which is the first time that the polys came together to do a service learning project, and it was called One Heart. And so, okay. So some of this, for One Heart, some of these things was, some of the background of it was to have, the key thing here was integration. So integration between the different student communities, and also integration between the elderly and the volunteers. Okay. So actually for all the supermarket runs, the focus that we want to achieve in terms of the service aspect and the learning aspect for the students. So the service aspect is actually focusing on the group of elderly, so aiming to encourage active lifestyle for them to go out, self-reliance, volunteerism among senior citizens. And for the learning aspects is to encourage the youth to make a difference and highlighting the importance of their involvement. Okay, so this is just a very short video of Supermarket Run 3. For Supermarket Run, just now I mentioned that yesterday we given a $20 voucher. We have it here. For the previous run, the elderly were actually given a $50 voucher. So this is like a mini version. Okay. So what happened is that they have different. So this one is actually for this different beneficiaries. So I just want to share with you a little bit about like the different elderlies. So the ones today is from Sunlove Marsiling. So they are staying in Marsiling block 3 and 4. I'm not sure if you are aware of these blocks. They are actually one-room flats. The elderly stay there by themselves. Okay, so most of them are pretty independent and they own the flats. So some other areas that we have worked with are also like Chinatown, they also stay in one-room flats. And then Bukit Merah, the main difference is that these people in Bukit Merah actually don't own the flats. Unlike the one-room flats, they actually own them. Whereas for the Bukit Merah ones, they actually rent the flat. So they are in a way poorer because they don't own the flats. And then of course, we have another group, so this was made up of different people. We have another group from Christalite Methodist Home. These people are actually staying there, they're staying in nursing home. Yeah, so these are some of the beneficiaries that we have worked with. So today they will be given a $20 voucher. So one of the things that you have to work with, as the students have worked with, is with a $20 voucher, how to manage what you want to buy. Even with a $50 voucher, some of the students came back and said they are surprised what the elderly can buy using $10, which $10 is not enough for them to buy 2 meals at McDonald's. And the elderly can buy a week, heaps of food, enough for them to last them a week. That was one of the takeaway for some of the students.
Ration. Do the students raise the funds for this purpose?
No, no. Okay, maybe one of the things so far in RP, we don't look so much of where do the funds come from. Yeah, okay. So we actually, a few things, we actually look for sponsors, or sometimes, but the sponsorship so far has been secured by the staff rather than the students. So the students have not done so much of fundraising, or so far RP have not been very supportive of them going around to ask for donations or doing like flag days and stuff like that. Reason being that the management felt that learning from being involved in a flag day or fundraising is minimal. It's very minimal learning. So felt that being involved in the experience, in the organizing, in the planning, there's more learning from there rather than the. So there's actually some funds set aside for service learning projects. So the project cost usually comes from there, and then the rest of the, like the vouchers, some of them are sponsored by, say, YEC, okay, by People Association. Some of them are funded by this one called the National Integration Council. I'm not sure if you have heard of it. Okay, so for this project, it was actually funded by National Integration Council. Okay, so that's one of the sponsors. They sponsor part of the cost, not the full cost. So, and then the other part of the cost was actually covered by RP, the service learning project fund. Yes.
Another question, you were saying most of service learning projects for your students are mostly student initiated.
Yes.
So they start from initiation right up to execution. But
that's right.
Even before initiation, do the RP staff facilitate any linking up to organization or coming up with a list of organizations that you have identified already, or it's purely from students they go and look for themselves?
We have a list of, so we have a list of what we call as like partner organizations that we are very familiar with working with them, or we have already established their needs. Okay, so what are their needs? So we have this list, and then sometimes students will come up with ideas. Or they might say, we want to do a project, but we don't know what. And then we will say, okay, someone is actually looking at having their photographs taken, their stories told. We are interested, and sometimes we try to match. So, like some students might have writing skills, they are journalism students. We will try to match them to the students who can do writing, do photography. And then maybe another bunch of students are more interested in children, then maybe we'll try to link them up. Okay, so what do you want to do? Maybe they want to do a sports day, they want something more active. Then we'll try to match and see if there's any organization looking at, so we have organizations that